and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be about all the books that I read in the month of August, and there's quite a few, so stay tuned because you're going to get really good recommendations out of it. So try and watch it till the end and let's get started. The first book that I'm going to suggest to you guys is Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score, and this book has the whole rom-com vibe, and it is of Knox, a guy who lives in a small town, and a girl named Naomi who is actually a runaway bride, and she kind of came to the rescue of her evil twin, but as I say, she's evil. So she left behind her daughter and just escaped the town, and so she's trapped in a new town with no money, no house, and kind of a niece obviously, but yeah, she has to be a kind of a mother to her. So yeah, it's kind of a damsel in distress vibe, which I didn't really like because that is not my kind of thing. But although the book is really good, the guy is extremely grumpy, and they had a huge fight because everybody initially thought that she is actually Tina, the twin, but no, she's Naomi. And she's the sweet one, the evil one, the typical thing, one twin is evil, one is sweet. So yeah, although they have similar environment, similar upbringing and everything, so that is a little skeptical about why and how that happened, but okay. If they say it, we're going to believe it. So yeah, it's a binge read. You can read it after a hectic day and stuff, and it's a rom-com with really cute characters, and it's a building up of her life from scratch kind of thing, and discovering herself, what she's capable of and stuff. And the guy is the grumpy kind of thing, so yeah, it is kind of a grumpy sunshine trope as well, and it's a bestseller, so give this a read if you guys want. This book actually surprised me because I didn't think it's going to have plot twists and stuff. I thought it's going to be a simple read, but it actually surprised me a little, so I'm going to give this book 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I'm going to suggest you guys is Cersei by Madeline Miller, and I know it's written in the opposite direction, but I'll write it down below. I can't do anything, I'm actually filming with my front camera, so bear with me. So I actually showed this book to you guys in my book haul, and I gave this a read, and it's okay, what I want to say is it's a Greek mythology. So it's Dadi Nani ki kahani that we used to hear when we were kids and stuff. So it's kind of like that, there's gods and magic and stuff, it's whole fantasy kind of thing, and fiction obviously, it's whole fantasy fiction kind of thing. And so yeah, if you guys want to escape reality, then give this book a read, and it's actually a pretty good book. Cersei is a god, so she's immortal, and you go through her whole life journey, from where she began, how insecure and fearful she was of everything despite being a god, and how she was made fun of by everybody, and how she conquered in her life, and how she overcame that, how courageous she becomes at the end of the book. That is the most beautiful thing you could ever see in this book, and the importance of mortality. That is actually the gist of the book, so not giving you guys any spoilers. You should give this a read. It's a really I can say engaging book. It's not a typical rom-com or supernatural fiction kind of a thing. It's an extremely engaging book, and if you go through the depth of this, then this is a really beautiful book. I like to give this book 4 out of 5 stars because I would have given it 4.5 or something, but somehow I didn't end up reading it in one go. So it took me a little while to finish it because it's not the typical story that is going on. Like there's decades and decades that pass in between everything that is happening in her life. So I kind of stopped there and like picked up some other book or started studying or stuff. So yeah, I read this in a while and not in a one go. So only that's the reason I'm giving it 4. Else I would have given it 4.5 if I would have read it like in one go. Although it's extremely engaging, so it deserves like a 4 and 5. The next book that I want to suggest you guys is Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. And I have already suggested like 2 of the books of Tessa Bailey in like previous videos of mine, which I'm going to link down below, or you can see a pop-up on the screen, or at the end of the video too I'll try and link it. And those 2 books, It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line and Sinker, were set up in like a small town kind of vibe, and it's the same with this book as well. A baseball player, Travis Ford, is actually suffering from some injury, and because of which he can't play anymore. He's like a National League player, so yeah, he's pretty pissed with his life and everything. And so yeah, this is also kind of a grumpy sunshine thing, because the guy is so pissed off with everything. It's actually a trope wherein the guy is horrible with everybody else except the girl. So yeah, it's that kind of a thing. And the girl is Georgette Castle, who is actually pretty insecure of herself, is often like not noticed, and like people, even her own family often looks around her. She's like the smallest kid in her family, extremely insecure, doesn't know how to be or how to express herself and stuff. And so that's what I actually love about this book. A strong female character, but who is little skeptical about how to present herself, or how to not let other look over her. Like when she gives an opinion, she needs to be heard, stuff like that. So that's what I love about this book, about how she was able to express herself and tell her opinions without being dominated or without being suppressed by somebody else. And yeah, so that is what is going throughout the book. And along with the journey came the guy, Travis Ford, who is actually like really, oh my god, like he's so depressed, because yeah, like everything is going wrong in his life, and then there's also the other securities from his family issues and stuff, so he's projecting that into his present. And yeah, so how both of the characters overcame that and came together, it's a book about that. It's also a light rom-com read, also a fake dating kind of romance. So yeah, give this book a read. It's a fun read, yeah, I can say that. So I would like to give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I want to suggest you guys is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. So I've actually suggested a book called Love Hypothesis, which is by the same author as well, and is of the same vibe, because it's fixed on that STEMinist kind of thing, where like there are PhDs and stuff, and the whole academic environment and research and stuff is going on. So it's it has the similar kind of a vibe, although the story is a little different. It is based on a misunderstanding that happened, and where the girl thinks that they're actually enemies when they are the opposite of it. It's about a girl named B. Koningswasser. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it wrongly, but yeah. So it's about a girl named B, and she's actually a Madame Curie buff, which I actually like, because there are a lot of fun anecdotes and stuff about that particular scientist's life, and how she relates it to hers own. So that's what I really liked. And the other thing is that the guy who is Levi is actually a pretty decent guy, but there's a huge misunderstanding, because of which she thinks that he hates her, and due to some like situations in life, she finally has to work with him. So it's fun to read how and what happened and what they all think, and how her misunderstanding overcame, and what happened ahead. So it's a cute, sweet kind of a read. So yeah, I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5 because it's a really cute read and you would read it like in one go, and I'm pretty sure about it, and it's a really sweet book, so give this a read. The next book that I read was actually a whole series called Twisted, which is like a really famous series, and it has got 4 books in it. I would state the order and place it on the screen for you guys because it's really good and a famous book. Although it's 18 plus and comes with a trigger warning, so beware of that. And I can say it's a dark romance kind of thing, so some of you might not actually like it. But yeah, it's quite famous and it's a really engaging and a good book. Like, it's a binge read and you won't be able to stop yourself because it, as the name suggests, it is twisted. So yeah, it comes with a lot of twists and turns throughout, like so many plot twists, and it takes you a while to just grasp it all. So yeah, it's like that. Anyway, the author is Ana Huang, and this book is Twisted Love, second is Twisted Games, third is Twisted Hate, and the fourth one is Twisted Lies, in the order that I've placed on the screen. So in the first book, it is the story of Alex Volkov and Eva Chen. Alex is like suffering from a tragic past, and Eva has a traumatic childhood which she actually doesn't even remember. So it's fun to read what happened, how it happened, and how it went along, and everything else. And yeah, it's a good read. Alex is kind of her brother's best friend, so it's that kind of trope as well, you know, the brother's best friend kind of trope. So if you're into that thing, so read this book. The second book is Twisted Games by same author, Ana Huang, and okay, so this is basically, all these 4 books are about the 4 best friends and their lives and their love lives and stuff. So yeah, that is what is continuing. So Eva Chen's best friend Bridget, who is actually a royal, like she is a princess, and Reese Larson is her bodyguard. So you know, yeah, complications. So so yeah, that is like a fun read. It's actually that book, the Twisted Games, actually gave me the Princess Diaries kind of vibe, although the guy in that was not a bodyguard. Was actually her contender to be a prince, sorry, the king, but yeah, here he's a bodyguard, so it's the vibes the same actually, you know. She's trying to find somebody else to marry her, but she loves somebody else, so complications. So yeah, so that is also a fun read, Twisted Games. Then next book is Twisted Hate, which is actually story of Eva's brother and her best friend, which is Jules Ambrose. Eva's brother is Josh Chen, and Jules and Josh, like, they hate each other, like they literally hate each other, they can't stand each other. But yeah, Josh is actually a doctor, and Jules is a lawyer, and for some, you know, the medical legal stuff, they had to like work together, and then they get to talking, and then they realize that they are not actually so bad, and that they could actually bear each other's presence for a while. So yeah, it's a good read. And see, I'm telling you guys only the fun stuff, but this book is actually dark, so like if you read it, so like check all the trigger warnings, because this is a dark book and there are a lot of stuff which I don't relate to. Last book in the series is Twisted Lies, which is actually about a guy named Christian Harper and a girl named Stella Alonso, who is actually an influencer, and the guy is a security company CEO or something. So he's like a software buff, and he hates people who present their life on social media, and she's an influencer. So yeah, although he doesn't hate her, he like hates everybody in the world but not her, you know, the same kind of a trope. But okay, the guy is a stalker. So yeah, like he is not a typical stalker, he knows his limits, but it's like a big question mark for me because he is a stalker. Okay, and that's what is going to create the mess in this whole story, because if he wouldn't have been one, then I think this story would have gone smoothly. But he was one to some extent, like he was not a typical stalker, but he did behave that way. Also, it's a fake dating kind of trope, and trope where the girl is a damsel in distress because she already has a stalker who is after her and he's trying to save her from him. So yeah, and he doesn't believe in love. So that's the gist of the whole book with all of its problems. So yeah, you can give this a read. People actually like this book, Twisted Lies, more. Although for me personally, I like the book Twisted Love more, the first one, because that book has like a lot of plot twists and it keeps you questioning a lot of things and keeps you on your toes and keeps you engaged. So that is the book for me, and I actually cried in that book. I didn't cry in the rest of them, which is weird. The books that make me cry, I like them more. So yeah. So that first one was what I liked the more, and the others are okay too. Like Twisted Hate is actually better than the rest too. So the first book is like the best one out of the series. The third book is the second best for me, and the second one comes to the third place, and the fourth one comes to the fourth place. Although that is a good book as well, but I didn't like the whole stalker thing. Okay, the guy is a good guy and everything, and he's actually trying to protect her and stuff, but there are some limits, okay? And actually a little cringe for me, the fourth book, but you can give that a read as well, and it's a fun book, and it's going to complete the whole series for you because the characters keep on mentioning in the books, like all the characters are mentioned in that book, so that's fun to read and stuff. You can also read these books as standalone, like you can pick any of the book and read it. You don't have to read it in a series and stuff. So yeah, you can do that. So that's all for today's video, and I think I did a pretty good job. I read like 8 books in month of August, so I think that's a good deal with all the hectic schedule and the stuff that is happening. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching this video, then like, share and subscribe, and press the bell icon below, and comment down below if you guys want me to suggest any books, or if you guys like the books that I've suggested you. And yeah, that's all for today's video. Bye.